Shalom Aleichem. Yesterday, a terrible thing happened where someone unauthorized, a Hasidic Jew, who calls himself a Hasidic Jew, gave permission to a bulldozer to tear down the oldest shul in Brooklyn. This is the Chabad shul, Nusachari, Anshe Lubavitch shul on the corner of 12th Avenue and 41st Street in Boro Park. It was built in 1906. In 1922, the shul, Nusachari, Lubavitch Hasidim, came over here to this country, bought the shul, and started the shul at the time in that building. They already started in 1914, but they had different houses nearby. A magnificent shul, a beautiful shul, a historic shul, a shul that should have become the landscape of Jewry in Brooklyn, and should have been prohibited by the city for them to tear it down and make condominium building, and supposedly giving the shul a new ground floor, a basement, beautifully done. Who gave you permission? You're not a Chabad Chassid. You have no connection over here. You're just a grabber. You want to grab real estate. You went against the TRO. You went against the rabbinic board, the arbitration board, who told you clearly that you can't do anything until 1 month after the ruling. You were supposed to put down a bond of $500,000. You never did. You violated civil law and Jewish law. But most importantly, you'll have to answer to God. And I'm saying this not as a preacher, not as someone who is into, you're going to get punished for what you're doing. That's between you and God. But what you've done, if you've started up with God, with Hashem, just to make some money. Shame on you. Shame on you. At the same time, the shul, from 1957 to the mid-80s, the rabbi was Rabbi Yitzchak Dov Ber Ushpal, who was my Rosh Hashiva, one of my Rosh Hashivas, Lubavitch Yeshiva on Ocean Parkway. What a Jew. What a Talmud Chacham. The author of Darkei Chesed on the laws of mourning. And before that, in 1928, Rabbi Eliyahu Simpson, who later opened his own shul, was the rabbi there, the Rav there. This has our blood in it, Lubavitch blood. What business do you come here? You come from Hungary and your community comes from Hungary? Boro Park, we were here before you in Boro Park. Lubavitch, Chabad. What are you doing? Kol de'alin gvar, the concept brought in the Talmud. Whoever is stronger and mighty wins, using your hands, chaining there's pictures of you putting a chain around the front door. Who are you? Yeah, you represent investors. And maybe you're one of the investors. And even if not, this is not the way to do things. And to the Bezdin, to the rabbinic board that arbitrated here, how do you allow such people to do this? And we know who the Toyin is in this case. Another money-grabbing individual. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. You're playing with fire. You're starting up with the Lubavitch Rabbeim, the Tzaddikim, from the Balatanya, through the Rebbe. And when I went out now to make the video in front of the shul, the same individual disturbed the video, and that's why I'm making it here. Coming up with ridiculous arguments that this shul has nothing to do with Chabad. It's not on the Merkaz, on the Chabad.org list of Chabad houses. Of course, it's not a Chabad house, it's a Chabad shul. And it predates way before Chabad came to America. You're talking about 1922, over 100 years, 102 years. What a sad day. And they did it on a Sunday yesterday because the offices are closed. The building department's closed because someone would have surely let the building department know that they had no right. There's a TRO. But it won't stop there because the lawyers and the people involved, not myself, are pursuing what legal and rabbinic course of action they have, because they have one. At the same time, I want to tell those that have such properties in the area, don't let people who you don't know, who are not part of your inner fiber of your group, of your shul, of your membership, become board members and stack the board and then change things with your permission, without your permission, which I understand in this case it was done all behind the back of the other board members, the ones who were Rabbi Ushbal's nephews, the Goldberg brothers, one of which is still alive. Be careful, because there are hungry animals out there. I'm sorry for using that language, but that's what they are. Hungry animals, just to make money, to steal, to humiliate. Can't imagine what this individual told me now on the street. Without any shame, sitting in this SUV, very, very Hasidic, very modest, very religious. And the Dayanim and the rabbis, the rabbinic board, and the Tayanim side with such an individual? You got to be kidding. But I'm convinced that the holiness of our Rabbeim, starting from the Alter Rebbe, through our Rebbe, yes, our Rebbe today, will bring blessing, will bring salvation, will bring a stop to the disgusting tactics done by this individual and who he represents. May we only have peace, shalom, and Mashiach. And Mashiach shouldn't look at these things and say, how can I come to you, Jews, when there is these issues? Somehow, Mashiach sees the larger picture, and he's on his way. May God help that we have Mashiach today, and we have the rebuilding of this holy shul, Congregation Anshe Lubavitch, Nusach Ari Anshe Lubavitch in Boro Park, 12th Avenue and 41st Street. Go see the actual bulldozer that's now behind those planks of wood. But from the side, you can see all the garbage is there, all the demolition. And halachically, they destroyed an Aron Kodesh, a holy... There's clear halachas. Even when you destroy a shul, you're supposed to take the Aron Kodesh and bury it separately. No, it just went all down. This is who the new owners are going to be, right? Well, let me tell you something. Anyone that lives in that building, it's not going to be good. So stay away from that building. Don't you dare buy a property there or rent a property if it ever goes up, because it's a bomb. It's a time bomb waiting to explode. I'm warning you for your own benefit, because I love you. Stay away from there. May we only hear good news. Amen v'amen.